Welcome back to the episode 1 of Odoo 19 Purchase Module Beginner Series. So you all know that sales and purchase have a big role inside every organization or a business organization, right? So purchase have an inevitable part inside an organization, and we know purchase are done by purchasing the product from the vendor side, and after that we need to sell that product to the customer, right? So purchase have a big role inside a business organization. So inside the purchase module, are you starting with these kind of things with Odoo 19? You want to study and you want to follow different kind of things inside a purchase module. So here in this episode, we are going to discuss about so many more things inside the purchase module, how to start with that and how to end up with that. And we have different kind of new features inside Odoo 19, and we'll be talking about what you mean by RFQ, purchase order, and different kind of agreements that existing inside the purchase module. So we'll be talking about each and everything in the different episodes and different segments. So stay tuned for all episode and don't skip any of that, because you will not get a continuation about the purchase module. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's directly jump into the episode 1. So let's move. So inside Odoo 19, here you can find the application launcher, and we are moving to the purchase module. Okay. So here we have the purchase modules dashboard. When you open the module, you will see the main sections on the top menu. So here in this video, in the first section, we are talking about how to understand the dashboard of purchase module. Okay. So at the top, you can find the request of quotation, purchase orders. Like here we are going to the order session. You can find the request for quotation, purchase order, purchase agreements, vendors, and there you can find the product. Inside the product, there you have product and product variant, and here we have the reporting session of the purchase module. And lastly, under the configuration, you can find the settings, vendor price list, attributes, categories, and unit and packagings. Okay, so these all things are very important inside the purchase modules. Basically, some of the elements will ease your purchase process very smoothly, but some of that is very configured option that you need, or you should fill up all those things for the smoother purchase of the product from your vendor side. Okay, so these are the key tools you will see or you will use the most often inside the purchase module. Okay, so basically what you mean by the request for quotation. Request for quotation are used when you are asking vendors for the price detail about their product, like what are the price of the product and how much the product and what is the quality of the product. So you are requesting a quotation for them. Okay, and next, the purchase order. Purchase order are created once you confirm those quotations, like once your vendor send you a quotation about the product detail and everything, you are confirming that quotation to a purchase order. Okay, so that's basically the purchase order, and there we have the vendors. So under the vendors, you can store and manage all your supplier information very easily. Okay, so now let's move to the next step or next session, which is basic configuration steps. Okay, so before creating your first purchase order, let's check a few basic configuration. So under the settings, there you can find the purchase agreement and all things. For that, let's click on here. So once you click on the settings menu, there you can find the order session, invoicing, variance, product, and logistics as well. Okay, so under the orders, there you can find the settings, which means the purchase order approval. So basically, the purchase order approval is requesting managers to approve orders above a minimum amount, which means if a purchase order is above or exceeding the minimum amount, which is 10,000 rupees, that will be like it's a big order, it's a huge amount or something. So you need to get an approval from your manager side. So you can simply provide that information under this option, which means purchase order approval, and there we have the log confirmed orders. So if you want to log any confirmed purchase order, you can simply click on this option and it will be do the log information, and there we have the warnings. If you want to set any warnings inside the purchase module, like inside any particular vendor or a product, you can simply click on this option, and there we have the purchase agreement. So the purchase agreement is basically for advance vendors negotiation. It's basically a negotiation with your vendors on the quantity or the time period or the price or anything. So you are basically negotiating with your vendor very easily. So for that usage, you can simply put on this option, which is purchase agreement. And then we have the receipt reminders, automatically reminding the receipt date to your vendors. And these are the basic things. And under the invoicing, there we have three-way matching rules, and there we have the product. Under the product, you can simply provide a variance, unit of measures, and packaging, and variant grid entry. And under the logistic, there you can find the drop shipping, replenish on orders, which is MTO. Okay, so you can find all such things inside the settings menu. So these settings make your purchasing more controlled and transparent. By the way, you are creating any purchase order. Okay. Now you are going to add your first vendor. For that, let's head over to the orders, and there we have the vendor side. And we are going to click on the new button to create a new vendor. So it's similar to creating a customer inside the sales module. So like you can simply provide the company name, and you can simply choose if it's a person or a company. So let me create a simple thing, which means here I'm going to create a person, which means Tessa. And I want to give a parent company here itself. So let it be Gemini Furniture. Once you're done with that, the company address and everything there. And if you want to add any job position, tax ID, partner level, website, language, and everything, you can simply provide that. And there we have the contact, sales and purchase, accounting, partners, assignment, notes, and UBO. Under the sales and purchase, you can find all the details regarding the sales, purchase, point of sales, miscellaneous, fiscal informations very easily. And under the accounting, you can find the accounting related settings. So here it is already assigned it to a parent company, which is Gemini Furniture. So the accounting related settings are managed by the parent company. And next we have the partners assignment. Under the partners assignment, there you can find the partners activation, partners review, and geolocation. And there we have the notes. Under the notes, if you want to add any particular internal notes, you can simply provide that. Okay. And there we have the UBO. Under the UBO, you can simply provide the company control method, ownership, and voting rights, and control status also. Okay. So let's move back to the contact. Under the contact, you can simply provide a contact information about your vendors. Like you can simply create a contact which Tessa. It's a normal contact. You can provide the email address. Like here I'm going to provide Tessa123. Once I'm done with that, you can simply provide the number. And there you can provide the job details and everything. So let's save and close. So here you are created a contact information about your particular vendor. Okay. So that's how you can simply create a vendor, and you can save those vendor. And once you're moving back to your vendor side, there you can find our vendor, which is Gemini Furniture with Tessa. Okay. So that's how you can simply create your first vendor inside the purchase module. So when you are done, you can simply see them all inside the dashboard. Okay. So you are just added your first supplier, and now we are going to understand the workflow inside the purchase module. That let's head over to the request for quotation side, and you can find our main dashboard. And here we have the purchase workflow actually starts. So it actually looks like we are creating an RFQ, and we are sending that vendor. And after that, once they are sending a quotation to us, we are just confirming it as a purchase order. Then we are receiving the goods into our inventory, and we are creating a vendor bills inside the accounting. So each step connect automatically, so your purchasing stays organized and traceable. So these steps are going to create in the next episodes, like the episode second, third, and fourth, and everything. So we are just going to explain each and everything. What is the request for quotation, purchase order, and how we are receiving the goods into inventory, and how we are going to create a bill inside the accounting module. Each and everything we are going to discuss in later episodes. So you must watch out that if you want a detailed information about the things or the workflow that is actually does inside the purchase module. Okay. So that's the main thing about the purchase module. And inside the purchase module, you can find the request for quotation in our dashboard. And there we have different kind of view as well. Like you can find the list view, and there we have the Kanban view. Inside the Kanban view, you can find the card typed view of each request for quotation, which means RFQs. And inside the RFQs, you can find who's our vendor, and there we have the detailed information about the activity, amount, and which is the status of this particular request for quotation. And there we have the pivot view. Inside the pivot view, you can find the tabular view of our quotations. Like there you can find the tabular view of the RFQs, which means the measures are here. Like if you want to add any measures, you can simply provide the multiple measures inside the tabular view, which means the pivot view. And there we have the graph view. If you want the graphical representation of each RFQs, so you can simply find inside the graph view of purchase module. So there you can find the bar chart, line chart, and as well as the pie chart. So if you want to move there, you can simply move there. And there we have the stacked view and cumulative view inside the line chart. And there we have the ascending and descending order as well. And there we have the calendar view. Inside the calendar view, you can simply find the activities and the scheduled RFQs to that particular, okay, no problem, to that particular what RFQs, and there you can find all such things here. And there we have the activity view. Inside the activity view, here we have the activities that are corresponding to that RFQs. So you can find all such things inside the different views of purchase module. Okay, so that's all about the vast and wide view of the purchase module, the basics of the purchase module. So in next video, we'll be talking about more and more content. Okay. And that's how you can start with Odoo 19 purchase module. I think you will get a little bit idea about how to set up the purchase module as per your business organization, right? So don't worry, we'll be talking about each and everything that detailed inside the purchase module. And in next episode, we will be talking about how to create the first step of your purchase module, which is how to create an RFQ inside the purchase module. So stay tuned for that. We'll be back with that. So still that, please do subscribe, share with your friends, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.